Now, after having decided to start a business, the next step for an entrepreneur is to decide onto the type of the organization he wants to set up to start a business, right? We will be taking the second chapter, that is forms of business organization. Now, there are basically 5 forms in which a business can be organized, right? Namely, sole proprietorship, joint Hindu undivided family business, partnership, cooperative societies, and joint stock company, right? So, a proprietor has to weigh the pros and cons of each and every form of organization and decide onto one form which is best suited for the business that he is going to enter into. Right? The choice of the form of organization depends upon a lot of factors, that is the size of the business, the nature of the business, right? Whichever is the best suited, right, will have to be taken up. Let us first understand each form of business organization, and then we are going to decide and then we'll also do a comparative study of all the forms of business organization, and then I'll let you know the different factors that a business organization has to take into account while deciding that which form of business organization should it go in for, right? Now, sole proprietorship, as the name suggests, sole means one, single, and proprietor means owner. So it is self-explanatory that sole proprietorship under the sole proprietorship form of organization, there is only a single owner. It is headed by one person. It is basically a one-man show. Here, one man, it is a form of an organization wherein a single person owns, controls, and manages the entire show, right? And is the sole recipient of all profits and losses. Clear? Now, if we come to the features of sole proprietorship form of an organization, the first and foremost feature here is it is single ownership. That is, the business is owned, controlled, and managed by a single person. Right? He is the one who is going to decide कि मेरे को कितने लोगों को और एम्प्लॉय करना है, किसको कितनी सैलरी मिलनी है, कितना रॉ मटेरियल आना है, कितना स्टॉक खरीदा जाएगा, ठीक है, प्रॉफिट को मुझे अपनी जेब में डालना है कि दोबारा से बिजनेस में लगाना है. All decisions are going to be taken by a single person. All profits are going to go into the pockets of a single person. It is basically single ownership, right? It is owned by a single person. Second characteristic is ease of formation and closure. There aren't any legal formalities basically which are to be pursued or which are to be carried out for sole proprietorship form of organization. Now, when we talk about sole proprietorship, either the best example that you're going to that I can give you is that of a shopkeeper. ठीक है, shopkeeper, that's a single owner. एक अकेले बंदे की दुकान है, वही सब कुछ संभालता है और सब देखता है, right? तो for him, what are the legal formalities that he has to obtain? आपने देखा होगा उसकी शॉप में सिर्फ एक सर्टिफिकेट लगा होता है that he's been authorized, to open this shop, right? He just has to obtain that particular certificate. Otherwise, there are no legal formalities that have to be complied with, right? As far as opening up of a shop and all is concerned, right? Then third is risk bearing. As I told you that it is a case, in this case there is a single owner, okay? One person manages the entire show, ठीक है? अगर हम ये बोल रहे हैं risk bearing, he is the one who has to bear the risk in the business, right? Risk क्या है? फायदा भी हो सकता है, नुकसान भी हो सकता है. तो in case there is profit, that also belongs to that particular person only, and in case there is a loss, that also belongs to one person only. So he is the one, he has to bear the risk single-handedly. He cannot share his risk with anyone, right? Then unlimited liability. Now, what is the meaning of unlimited liability? I'm sure this term is pretty new for you. What it means is that in case, let's say, मैंने अपनी दुकान शुरू की, और जब दुकान शुरू की तो मैंने एक लोन लिया किसी से, राइट? मैंने बैंक से लोन लिया, अबाउट 3.5 lakhs का, ठीक है? अब दुकान इतनी चली नहीं मेरी, राइट, और मुझे हर महीने की मैं इंस्टॉलमेंट आफ्टर अबाउट अ फ्यू मंथ्स आई वाज नॉट एबल टू ऑनर माय कमिटमेंट्स, फाइनेंशियल कमिटमेंट्स, आई वाज नॉट एबल टू पे दी मंथली इंस्टॉलमेंट्स जो कि मुझे बैंक को देनी थी, मैं दे नहीं पा रही थी ना। सिंस इट इज अ sole proprietorship form of an organization where there is only single owner, ठीक है, इस केस में अगर बैंक को वो अपना इंस्टॉलमेंट्स हर महीने की नहीं दे पा रहा है, राइट, तो बैंक के पास क्या ऑप्शन है, सबसे पहले उसके दुकान में जितना सामान है बैंक वो सब कैप्चर कर लेगा, ठीक है, सारा कुछ फोरफीट कर लेगा उससे, सारा ले लेगा उससे, कॉन्फिस्केट कर लेगा, राइट, एवरीथिंग द बैंक इज गोइंग टू टेक अप, उसको बेच के जितना पैसा आया वो बैंक का। अगर अभी भी लाइक लेट्स से कि जितना दुकान पे स्टॉक पड़ा था उस सबको बेच के 3.5 लाख का लोन लिया था, उसमें से 60,000 मैंने ऑलरेडी पे कर दिया, बचा 290। ओके, जो दुकान में सामान पड़ा था उसको बेचा तो मेरे पास आ गए 1,50,000, 1,50,000 आ गए, 290 में से 1,50,000 गए तो 140, right? Now 1,40,000 bank is not going to take it as a loss for itself कि he has been declared bankrupt so 140 is my loss. No, bank is going to now take his personal assets, meaning if in case of sole proprietorship form of an organization, if the owner fails to make the payment on time, then even his personal assets can be utilized for making the business payments. Even his personal assets can be used to honor the payments. This is called as that his liability is unlimited, meaning his liability is not limited to his business assets. His liability can include his personal assets also, can use his personal assets also to honor the business commitments, right? Then comes no separate entity. I'm sure you must have done it in your accounting accounts का जब second chapter आपने किया होगा, principles of accounting, right? There we say separate legal entity का हम आपको एक principle समझाते हैं, wherein we say that business and the proprietor they are two different individuals having their own entities. So when journal entries are recorded, right, in the books of accounts, they have to be recorded from the point of view of the proprietor, not from the point of they have to be recorded from the point of view of the business, not from the point of view of the proprietor, right? Even the proprietor is treated, right, the money that is the money that the proprietor has invested in the business, even that is treated as a liability, right? Now according to this principle, when we say, many students they feel that ma'am you say that there is a separate legal entity principle, separate accounting entity principle, here you are saying there is no separate legal entity. Now my dear students, these are two different terms. Here I am using the word separate legal entity. Business and the proprietor will always be two separate accounting entities, meaning for the purpose of making the accounts, they will always be considered as two separate entities. तो अलग लोग उनको मानेंगे हम, right? Business and the owner. But in the eyes of law, in case of sole proprietorship form of organization, they are one and the same thing. Because they are one and the same thing in the eyes of the law, that is the reason why the owner has an unlimited liability. Because he doesn't have an entity separate from that of the business, that is the reason why he has an unlimited liability. That is the reason why if his business assets are not sufficiently enough to honor his financial commitments, his personal assets are going to be used for the same. Single person management. Now, when we talk of management, management includes planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling. These are 5 functions of management, and in larger organizations we have we take these functions as separate departments altogether, right? But because sole proprietorship form of an organization, it is